Hello, my dear folks. Welcome to the show, Jack Chow on East-West Show with G&E TV. It is a hot show, and today the subject is going to be hot. Probably by looking at the different settings, though, me sitting in the middle, would mean that we're going to do some kind of a debate. Debating on what? What are we debating? We're debating on a lovely creature, a wonderful gentleman, Mr. Donald Trump, the billionaire, multi-billionaire, coming into Los Angeles. At this very moment, he arrives already, and he's going to schedule his campaign speech tonight at somewhere on Sunset Boulevard in a hotel, right? So, do we Californians welcome Mr. Donald Trump, or would he have some good time in LA while in LA? And do we, as the United States, need such a person or individual? So we are talking about it.
And these are the best and the finest. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. But I speak to border guards, and they tell us what we're getting. And it only makes common sense.
When things are going very hot, super hot though, never worry about us. We will still be friends. On my right-hand side, my good friend, a wonderful writer and philosopher, I call him all the time, Mr. Ken Hemming. Welcome to the show.
My honor to be here and with your viewers. I love every one of them.
Thank you very much. On my left-hand side, my good friend, attorney at law, I would say wonderful attorney at law of immigration in his particular field, special field. I mean, field that whereby he is called himself a specialist. I do believe so, because every time my audience, when they send me emails about their problems in the sense of immigration, I turn the question to him. Mr. Alan Diamante, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, to you both, wonderful friends, wonderful gentlemen, wonderful human being, let's start the whole thing by asking my first question. What California will do, or Californians will do, to this new surge who pops up all of a sudden, even going above Mr. Jeb Bush to this wonderful gentleman as host. On your side, please.
Well, the only thing I'd say, number one, I'd like to remind all the viewers that last time you had the pleasure of listening and looking at Alan, he had a beard. And now he's shaved and he looks 10 years younger and 10 years brighter. Okay. So anyway, it's a fresh face. Mm-hmm. You know, we're in, let's see, what month is this? We're in July now,
We're
right?
in July, yes.
And we still have, I don't know how many months till the election, okay?
Mm-hmm. So.
And the polls, I think at this point, mean absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. It's you know, just like if you look at an EKG or something, how your heart beats, it goes up, it goes slow. Mm-hmm. And so I put no credibility into or value into the polls. And if we look at past election cycles, there's been people that have had an early lead in something and disappeared from the radar screen by the time the election comes around. So Mr. Trump is saying some things that are resonating with people in ways that trying to bring items for discussion to the forefront rather than let it just sit and nobody cares about it.
One second. My question, let's stick to my question. My question was, what does California in store for him, has prepared in store for him as a state?
Well, now, if I'm right, Ellen would know better than me on this, there are more Latinos Latinas, whatever, in California than any other group. And so it's probably, I guess the visit just really won't be noticed. It just won't be noticed and it won't be scrutinized.
All right, good. As a matter of fact, on my side, I do see that it is noticed already. Even early, by 5 o'clock this morning, I started hearing from the news that Mr. Donald Trump is coming. It is noticed. It is being noticed at this very moment. So same question to Alan. Do you think California will welcome him? What has California prepared in store for him?
Well, there's already organizations at this stage that are preparing to do everything they can to hurt Donald Trump. He is in my opinion, a racist, and he's not fit to be president of the United States. And there's a campaign right now in Los Angeles to dump Donald Trump.
Dump the Trump. Dump
the Trump.
Dump the Trump. Okay.
We are already aware that Macy's dropped him. They dumped him. Univision with the Miss Universe pageant dumped him. And there's a campaign now to just continue dumping Donald Trump. He's not fit to be president, nor is he fit to be a leader. And we're very concerned about what he says. Now, right now there are polls that put him ahead in the large group of Republican candidates, and the question is why. And
exactly.
And Ken talks about resonating.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the why when we.
That's what we should talk about today.
That could be, of course, my next question. But before that, I have to ask my good friend, Mr. Ken Hemming, to pick up a state that has at least 5 million Latinos to come here do his campaign speech. Though, do you think that's a good choice? At least.
Well, there's no chance any Republican will get the electoral votes from California. This state is not representative of two parties. It's a one-party state, extreme radical leftist state, as displayed in San Francisco's recent complicity in murder. And so he's just using it somewhere to speak. It doesn't matter where he talks. There's no Republican. They spend no money really campaigning in California.
Alan mentioned that why California takes that kind of strong attitude towards him, though. So before he asks a question, or I ask a question, do you know why or whatever? Is he happens to be the wrong person or
it's like soup du jour. He's the target of the day. And the agenda of the radical left is to snipe and to demean and to try to discredit everybody, where the media is silent on other things that are done by the current administration, and they just don't want to talk about the truth in that regard. So, and Alan disagrees, and I love Alan's mind.
Okay, if I may.
I don't think he's a racist.
And you already know what I'm going to ask you, right?
Yeah,
so anything to back up why California takes a strong take going against him?
Oh, well, it's not. I'm not talking, nor could I speak for California. I can speak about maybe the majority.
Yeah, you're comment on California.
The majority of the population of California. There's a large population of immigrants and children of immigrants in California. But in talking about San Francisco. San Francisco is not complacent and doesn't agree with the murder of anybody. Again, this is misinformation, and unfortunately, this is not a conspiracy by the left, but these are confusing, misinforming words of the right, and it's far from the truth. We should discuss what's going on in San Francisco. We should discuss what was said by Donald Trump. This is what needs to be discussed, and we could analyze that. But we shouldn't just throw out accusations of a city. The city of San Francisco is okay with the murder of United States citizens by immigrants or even people that are here without authorization.
So what did he say? What did he say? Well,
wait, let me say this first, okay? We hear our current administration, led by Obama, spending thousands of words on Michael Brown or the other things where some black guy got shot. Now let me finish.
Focus on Trump, please.
I am, and they haven't said one word about Kate Steinle that was murdered by this guy. They won't talk about it. Josh Ernest won't talk about it.
Don't drag it away.
That's the racist.
No.
That's racism.
Please.
That's racism.
Please do not drag the subject away. The subject is that what did he say, right or wrong?
Okay.
What did he say?
Well, let's use the words of. We'll start with
Yeah,
Donald's
sure,
words,
yeah,
but we
sure.
should talk about.
Let's
Kay.
go word by word,
Okay, the
sentence by
unfortunate,
sentence. Yes.
the unfortunate and terrible death of an individual in San Francisco, beautiful girl, with her father. You know, this is a topic that's being discussed. This is on right-wing TV and radio.
All
you know,
right.
trying to put the blame on the immigration issue, and this is what's going on right now.
Where
And I
where does it belong?
And I expect Ken to discuss this, so we'll discuss this.
Yeah, sure.
Let's
Let's
do
talk
it
about
before
it.
we
Yeah,
get
yeah,
there. You know, this was the guy who's brought this out is Donald Trump. And
What did he say?
These are the words I have here.
Is this about San Francisco or
No,
about the general immigration?
I'm going to talk about some of the quotes that came from Donald Trump. Okay?
Yeah.
Tremendous infectious disease is pouring across the border.
True or false?
False.
True or
The
false,
United
yeah.
States has become a dumping ground for Mexico. In
True or-
fact,
yeah.
for many other parts of the world. False.
True.
It's false.
All right.
and we'll,
Okay.
we'll discuss
All right,
that
good,
today.
good. One by one.
This is another one. The Mexican government wants to open border as long as it's a one-way open border in the United States. Not only are they killing us at the border, but they are killing us on trade. And the country of Mexico is making billions of dollars in doing so.
True or false?
True or false?
False.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
hey,
all
Mitch,
right. Let's go on.
when people come
and
from
I want to
this-
add one saying Trump says that they are referring to Mexicans. They are criminals and the rapists.
You know, that is not a true statement.
That's so
he was
conclusive.
not saying that about every
Okay.
Mexican beautiful
Okay.
person.
Let's
on
do
this
one by
planet.
one.
That's
What's your
just-
first quote?
Don't do that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
My dear audiences, I forgot time track. Let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue. All right. I'm very sorry for that.